Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the J72 Gaming Channel. My name is Jacob, and you can just call me Jay here. The Isles Roadmap has been updated now that Update 3 has been released officially, and we are all able to play the Pteranodons and the Deinosuchus. The devs decided to swap some things around here and there in the roadmap, and now we know we're going to be getting different things at different times. So this video here is to let you all know what those changes are, and probably some of my opinions along the way of how things are looking now. So let's jump right into the updated roadmap. Alright guys, so here you can see at a glance the new direction for Evrima. Overall, the first big thing I noticed as like a whole is that the gameplay mechanics have been pushed forward and some of the specific dinosaurs have been set to the side for future updates. Overall, I think this is actually a pretty great idea as the core mechanics will make the current playable roster much more enjoyable to play as, but let's take a closer look at each update and how they've changed. So our new update 4 is looking relatively the same, with the new playable dinosaurs still being Pachycephalosaurus, but gone is the perk system and in its place is the diet system. This is not too much of a surprise though, as we were told that the roadmap would be getting a rework, and they mentioned having the diet system before the perk system was going to be necessary. This makes sense as eating the right types of diets is likely the main way to gain those perks. Another thing moved to a later date that used to be an update 4 is the UI overhaul, and I'm not too upset or jaded by this decision, honestly. To prioritize the other aspects of the game is a little bit better decision. The UI currently looks fine, and it's not like a main concern of mine in the current state of the game. I'm sure that once they decided to work on it, it will look much better, but it's totally fine for now. I'm glad they're deciding to work on much more important aspects first, honestly. Okay, so update 5 is now all over the place as far as differences, so stay with me here as I rattle off the changes, and then we'll look deeper at what each one could mean for the game. Nesting has been pushed way forward to Update 5, and so has the skin system. The improved day and night system, which was going to be in Update 6, is now here in 5 as well. What this means, however, is that the gore system got swapped to Update 6, and some sad news for our first sauropod and its counterpart, the Maggie and the Cerato, have sadly been pushed to be implemented later. Now, at first I get the concern and frustration to be losing playable species here in Update 5, but I actually have to agree with the decision to prioritize mechanics and gameplay elements that help flesh out the game experience as a whole. Personally, I think the roster we have right now is near perfect. We have one large terrestrial apex for carnos and herbivores, as well as some smaller options on both sides. We also now have access to the Deinosuchus and Pteranodon, and the aquatic and aerial options are awesome and really help to make the world feel much more alive. So ultimately, I'm not that sad Maggie and Cerato got pushed back. What this does mean is that we can get the experience of nesting as well as showing off cool and seeing cool skins options much more earlier than we would have otherwise. I also want to focus more on how I think moving nesting forward is really a strong decision for developers to make. Nesting, I think, is one of the aspects of these dinosaur survival games that make them very unique, and I think they shine for two different reasons. The first is that growing and helping raise another Playo in a pseudo-parent simulator is an experience full of unexpected fun, confusion, frustration, a horror, and a ton of other emotions that can happen only when you're forced to interact with another player, be it a friend or a newly met acquaintance. And the second reason is that nesting helps make the map feel alive. There are now plenty of reasons for you to learn the map and find quiet and safe nesting spots to try and grow your herd or packs. Areas that favor specific dinosaurs also will tend to have players setting up nests, helping us as a community come up with interesting locations simply because that's how humans engage with this game. We will likely see some rocks in the game be named Utah Rocks, Pteranodons will be flocking high up on the cliffs, and Stegosauruses will be claiming open fields with high visibility. I'm kind of rambling now, but overall my point is this. If you're upset that some of these dinosaurs got pushed back, know that nesting and skins alone will make the world and the map feel better, and ultimately the fun you're currently having in Evrima will only be better. Plus, it's important to remember Evrima releases dinosaurs complete with every mechanic implemented, so from Update 5 and onward, we will be able to nest and choose custom skins from the start, and that's pretty exciting. So the new Update 5 is going to be coming out with the overhaul to the night and the day cycle. I think this is also a smart choice, although honestly I was looking forward to an update all about the Troodon and the Dilo and adding poison and venom all at once. We are still getting most of all of these here in Update 5 and 6, but getting them fragmented in different updates does feel a little bit worse when you compare it as such. Regardless, having the nesting, skin, and day and night cycle with one update is a very immersive update to have, making the world feel much more colorful, lived in, and alive, and honestly, I'm all for that. So, if Update 6 used to be the Night Terror update, the new Update 6 is taking the nasty and scavenging side of what that used to be and still giving it to us. We still have the Troodon and the Venom and Poison mechanics coming in this update, however the Gore mechanic I mentioned that used to be in Update 5 is now here in Update 6. This update will still be a blast, and will really add the death element into a world a bit more full of life now that everybody is celebrating the Update 5. So now playing a young carnivore and scavenger will have a lot more to do with this update, and will really make the gameplay of smaller dinosaurs feel that much more interesting. I do have to take some time, however, and ask for Fs in the chat below, folks, because our Dilos have been moved off the list. And you know what? Honestly, F's in the chat below for Dilo, Maggie, Cerato, the Omnivore duos Ovi and Galley of Update 7, and the Kentro and Herrera of Update 8. But, well, they're not gone forever. Again, I don't want to harp on the fact many of our playable dinosaurs have been set to a more future date, but not having Dilo in the night update, or this new update 6 focusing on gore and scavenging, does make me a bit sad. What makes me happy about this change, however, is that looking forward to the new update 7 or 8 or 9, whatever we get to see what those look like, they will be either packed full of many different dinosaurs to play, or the dinosaur releases will be coming out a lot quicker. Either way, the life of Evrima after this new update 6 will have a lot of playable dinosaurs ready and itching to be released. So that pretty much sums up the new roadmap update, guys. Update 7 and beyond has been left undefined, which I think is okay. The direction of the new roadmap is clearly favoring mechanics and gameplay systems over packing the map full of different playable creatures, and personally I'm all for it. A better, more immersive world where you have more options in how you interact with it will always be my preference over a more barren world with more options to traverse it. But that's just my take on it, everybody. I hope this video helped to give you an idea of how the new roadmap is laid out, and a glimpse of what our future with Evrima will be. I'm most excited for nesting earlier than usual, but I can't lie, I'm sad to see our sauropod representative be postponed for a little bit. Well, if you guys like this video, please remember to like and consider subscribing to join the sauropod squad here, as each one of you really does help out the channel grow, so thank you for that if you choose to. But that's it for me today, folks. Hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. But until next time, peace out.